Welcome! Today we're diving into a crucial topic for anyone considering Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI. Work credits. Understanding how many work credits you need is the first step in determining your eligibility for SSDI benefits. Many people are confused by the requirements, but don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear picture of what work credits are, how you earn them, and exactly how many you need to qualify for SSDI. Let's get started by understanding what SSDI is and why work credits matter. Social Security Disability Insurance, or SSDI, is a federal program that provides financial assistance to people who are unable to work due to a qualifying disability. Unlike supplemental security income, SSDI is based on your work history and the Social Security taxes you've paid over the years. This means your eligibility depends not only on your medical condition, but also on your work record. The Social Security Administration uses a system of work credits to measure your work history. But what exactly are these credits? And how do you earn them? Let's find out. Work credits are the building blocks of your SSDI eligibility. The Social Security Administration assigns work credits based on your yearly earnings from work covered by Social Security. You can earn up to 4 credits per year, and the amount of earnings required for a single credit changes slightly each year. For example, in 2024, you earn 1 credit for every $1,640 in wages or self-employment income, up to a maximum of 4 credits annually. These credits accumulate over your working life and are used to determine your eligibility for SSDI and other Social Security benefits. Earning work credits is straightforward. As you work and pay Social Security taxes, you accumulate credits. Each year, the Social Security Administration sets a dollar amount that equals 1 credit. For 2024, that amount is $1,640. Once you've earned $6,560 in a year, you've reached the maximum of 4 credits for that year. It doesn't matter if you earn that amount in a few months or over the entire year, the credits are based on your total annual earnings. This system ensures that both full-time and part-time workers can accumulate credits toward SSDI eligibility. No matter how much you earn in a single year, you can only earn up to 4 work credits per year. This cap is designed to keep the system fair for everyone, regardless of income level. Whether you work 1 job or multiple jobs, once you reach the annual earnings threshold for 4 credits, you've hit the limit for that year. This means you can't accumulate extra credits in a single year to make up for years you didn't work. Your credits are spread out over your working life, and the Social Security Administration looks at your total credits when determining SSDI eligibility. Work credits are more than just numbers. They're proof of your work history and your contributions to Social Security. The Social Security Administration uses your credits to determine if you've worked enough to qualify for SSDI. Without enough credits, you won't be eligible for benefits, no matter how severe your disability is. That's why it's important to keep track of your work history and understand how credits are earned. Next, let's look at how many credits you actually need to qualify for SSDI, which can vary depending on your age. For most adults, the general rule is that you need 40 work credits to qualify for SSDI, with 20 of those earned in the 10 years immediately before you became disabled. This ensures that you have a recent and substantial work history. However, the exact number of credits required can change based on your age at the time you become disabled. Younger workers may qualify with fewer credits, while older workers need to meet the standard 40 credit rule. Let's break down the requirements by age group to see how this works in practice. The number of work credits you need for SSDI depends on how old you are when you become disabled. The younger you are, the fewer credits you need. For example, if you become disabled before age 24, you may qualify with as few as 6 credits earned in the 3 years before your disability. If you're between 24 and 31, you generally need credits for working at least half the time since you turned 21. For those 31 and older, the standard 40 credit rule applies, with 20 earned in the last 10 years. Let's look at each age group in more detail. If you become disabled before you turn 24, the Social Security Administration requires that you have earned at least 6 work credits in the 3 years leading up to your disability. This rule recognizes that younger workers haven't had as much time to build a long work history. For example, if you started working at 21 and became disabled at 23, you could qualify for SSDI with just 6 credits. This makes SSDI accessible to young adults who experience a serious disability early in life. For workers who become disabled between ages 24 and 31, the rules are a bit different. You generally need to have worked at least half the time since you turned 21. For example, if you become disabled at 29, you need credits for 4 years of work out of the 8 years since you turned 21. That means you'd need at least 16 credits, since you can earn up to 4 credits per year. This approach ensures that you've been consistently working in the years leading up to your disability. Once you reach age 31, the standard rule applies. You need at least 20 credits earned in the 10 years before you became disabled, and a total of 40 credits overall. This requirement reflects a longer work history and ensures that you've contributed to Social Security over a significant period. If you're older and have worked consistently, you're likely to meet this requirement. However, if you've had gaps in your employment, it's important to check your Social Security statement to see how many credits you have. There are special rules for workers who are blind. The Social Security Administration allows blind workers to qualify for SSDI with fewer credits in some cases. For example, blind workers may be eligible with fewer recent credits, depending on their age and work history. This exception recognizes the unique challenges faced by people with visual impairments and helps ensure they have access to disability benefits. If you or someone you know is blind and considering SSDI, it's important to review these special rules. You can easily check how many work credits you have by creating an account on the Social Security Administration's website. Once logged in, you'll see your full earnings record and the number of credits you've earned. This is a great way to keep track of your progress and make sure you're on track for SSDI eligibility. If you notice any errors in your record, contact the SSA right away to get them corrected. Staying informed about your credits is key to planning for your financial future. If you're self-employed, you can still earn work credits for SSDI by paying Social Security taxes on your net earnings. The process is similar to that for employees. For every $1,640 in net earnings in 2024, you earn 1 credit, up to 4 credits per year. It's important to file your taxes accurately and pay the required self-employment taxes to ensure your credits are recorded. Many self-employed individuals overlook this, but it's crucial for SSDI eligibility. Part-time workers can also earn work credits as long as their total annual earnings meet the threshold for a credit. Even if you work fewer hours, as long as you earn enough in a year, you can still earn up to 4 credits. This flexibility helps ensure that people with varying work schedules can build up the credits they need for SSDI. Remember, it's your total annual earnings that count, not the number of hours you work. Seasonal workers, such as those who work only part of the year, can also earn work credits if their total annual earnings meet the required amount. For example, if you work intensively during the summer and earn more than $6,560 in 2024, you'll receive the maximum 4 credits for the year. This system is designed to accommodate different work patterns and ensure fairness for all types of workers. If you work more than 1 job in a year, your earnings from all jobs are combined to determine how many credits you earn. As long as your total annual earnings meet the threshold, you can earn up to 4 credits per year, regardless of how many employers you have. This is helpful for people who juggle multiple part-time or seasonal jobs and want to ensure they're building up enough credits for SSDI. Having gaps in your work history doesn't automatically disqualify you from SSDI, but it can affect your eligibility. Remember, you need to have earned a certain number of credits in the years leading up to your disability. If you've had long periods without work, you may not have enough recent credits to qualify. That's why it's important to keep track of your credits and understand how gaps in employment can impact your SSDI eligibility. Not all work counts towards Social Security credits. For example, some government jobs, certain nonprofit organizations, and work in other countries may not be covered by Social Security. If you've spent time in non-covered employment, those earnings won't help you earn credits for SSDI. It's important to know whether your job is covered and to plan accordingly if you're relying on SSDI in the future. Military service is generally covered by Social Security, so your earnings while serving count towards your work credits. In some cases, you may even receive extra credits for certain periods of active duty. If you've served in the military, be sure to check your Social Security statement to confirm your credits and take advantage of any special provisions that may apply to veterans. Stay-at-home parents may not earn work credits during years when they're not working outside the home. This can impact SSDI eligibility later on. However, if you return to work and earn enough in a year, you can start accumulating credits again. It's important for stay-at-home parents to understand how time out of the workforce affects their Social Security record and to plan for the future if SSDI could be needed. Immigrants who work legally in the United States and pay Social Security taxes can earn work credits, just like U.S. citizens. The same rules apply. You need to meet the earnings threshold to earn credits, and you must have enough credits to qualify for SSDI. If you've worked in another country, you may be able to combine credits under certain international agreements, but this depends on the countries involved. Check with the Social Security Administration for details. The timing of your disability matters. To qualify for SSDI, you must have earned enough credits before your disability began. If you become disabled after a long period without work, you may not have enough recent credits. That's why it's important to understand the rules and keep your work history up to date, especially if you have a chronic health condition that could lead to disability. Once you reach full retirement age, SSDI is no longer available, and your benefits convert to regular Social Security retirement benefits. The credits you earned for SSDI also count toward your retirement benefits. If you become disabled close to retirement age, the same credit rules apply, but your benefits will transition to retirement payments once you reach the qualifying age. The number of work credits you have determines your eligibility for SSDI, but your actual benefit amount is based on your average lifetime earnings. The more you've earned over your career, the higher your monthly SSDI payment will be, up to a maximum set by the Social Security Administration. So, while credits are essential for qualifying, your benefit amount depends on your earnings record. If you qualify for SSDI, certain family members may also be eligible for benefits based on your work record. This can include your spouse, children, or even an ex-spouse in some cases. The number of credits you have is key to unlocking these additional benefits for your family, so it's important to understand how your work history affects not just you, but your loved ones as well. The best way to keep track of your work credits is to regularly review your Social Security statement. You can access this online through the SSA website. The statement shows your earnings history, the number of credits you've earned, and your estimated benefits. Reviewing this information annually helps you spot any errors and ensures you're on track for SSDI eligibility. If you find an error in your Social Security record, such as missing earnings or incorrect credits, contact the Social Security Administration as soon as possible. You may need to provide documentation, like W-2 forms or tax returns, to correct the mistake. Promptly fixing errors ensures your eligibility for SSDI isn't jeopardized by inaccurate records. Understanding how work credits affect SSDI eligibility is an important part of financial planning. By keeping track of your credits and earnings, you can make informed decisions about your career, retirement, and potential disability needs. Regularly reviewing your Social Security statement and staying informed about the rules will help you avoid surprises if you ever need to apply for SSDI. There are several myths about work credits and SSDI. Some people think you need to work continuously without breaks, or that part-time work doesn't count. Others believe you can buy credits or transfer them from someone else. None of these are true. Credits are earned through covered work and Social Security taxes, and the rules are the same for everyone. Understanding the facts helps you avoid costly mistakes. If you don't have enough work credits to qualify for SSDI, you won't be eligible for benefits. However, you may still qualify for Supplemental Security Income, SSI, which is based on financial need rather than work history. SSI has different rules and doesn't require work credits. If you're in this situation, it's important to explore all your options and understand the differences between SSDI and SSI. If you're close to qualifying for SSDI but don't have enough credits, the best way to earn more is to continue working in a job covered by Social Security. Each year you work and earn enough, you'll add up to 4 credits. Over time, this can help you reach the threshold for SSDI eligibility. Remember, credits can't be bought or transferred, they must be earned through covered employment. Work credits are tied directly to the Social Security taxes you pay. If you're an employee, these taxes are automatically withheld from your paycheck. If you're self-employed, you pay them when you file your taxes. Only earnings that are subject to Social Security taxes count toward your credits, so it's important to make sure your work is covered and your taxes are paid correctly. Your Social Security statement is the official record of your earnings and credits. It's updated annually and available online. Reviewing your statement helps you verify your credits, check for errors, and estimate your future benefits. Make it a habit to review your statement every year, especially if you're planning for SSDI or retirement. Your work credits are linked to your Social Security number. It's important to use the same number for all your jobs and to keep your information up to date. If you change your name or have other changes, notify the Social Security Administration to ensure your credits are recorded correctly. Mistakes can delay or reduce your benefits. When you apply for SSDI, the Social Security Administration reviews your work credits as part of the eligibility process. They'll check your earnings record, the number of credits you have, and whether you meet the recent work requirement. If you don't have enough credits, your application will be denied regardless of your medical condition. That's why understanding and tracking your credits is so important. If your SSDI application is denied due to insufficient credits, you have the right to appeal. However, unless you can prove there was an error in your earnings record, the decision is unlikely to change. Appeals are more successful when based on medical evidence or correcting record mistakes, not on the number of credits. Always review your record before applying. Work credits are used for more than just SSDI. They also determine your eligibility for Social Security, retirement, and survivor's benefits. The credits you earn throughout your career help protect you and your family in case of disability, retirement, or death. Understanding how credits work is essential for long-term financial security. Be wary of scams or fraud related to Social Security credits. No one can sell you credits or increase your total for a fee. Only the Social Security Administration can assign credits based on your actual earnings. Protect your personal information and report any suspicious activity to the SSA immediately. The Social Security Administration updates the earnings threshold for work credits every year to keep up with inflation. It's important to check the current requirements each year, especially if you're close to qualifying for SSDI. Staying informed helps you plan your work and earnings to meet the eligibility criteria. The Social Security Administration offers many resources to help you understand work credits and SSDI eligibility. Their website has detailed guides, calculators, and FAQs. You can also contact your local SSA office for personalized assistance. Taking advantage of these resources can help you make informed decisions about your benefits. If you're unsure about your SSDI eligibility or have questions about work credits, consider consulting a professional. Disability advocates, attorneys, and financial planners can help you navigate the rules and ensure you're making the best decisions for your situation. Professional advice can be especially helpful if your work history is complex or you have special circumstances. Let's recap the most important points. Work credits are earned through covered employment and Social Security taxes. Most adults need 40 credits, with 20 earned in the last 10 years, to qualify for SSDI. Younger workers may need fewer credits. Your credits determine eligibility, not your benefit amount. Always check your Social Security statement, correct errors, and plan ahead to ensure you're covered if you ever need SSDI. Understanding how many work credits you need for SSDI is essential for anyone planning their financial future. By staying informed, tracking your credits, and knowing the rules, you can ensure you're prepared if you ever need to apply for disability benefits. Remember, your work history is the foundation of your SSDI eligibility, so keep it up to date and review your Social Security statement regularly. Thank you for joining us as we explored how many work credits you need for SSDI. We hope this video has helped clarify the requirements and given you the tools to plan for your financial security. Remember, the Social Security Administration is always available to answer your questions and provide support. Take charge of your future by understanding your work credits and staying proactive about your benefits.